Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a mega factory in the jungle. And let's go ahead and get started so we have as much time as possible. I'm actually going to start the same way I've started several times recently, and that's with an old dirt road. So we need a land to put it on. And what's going to say, let's make this 50. So 100 meters. Seems like a good amount. And then I'm going to want our road be on top of that, and we're going to use a curve to do that. Sorry, I'm jumping fast, but we're going to grab a curve, Bezier curve, edit, delete what's existing there, and go to draw. Morning, Michael. And let's draw our road curve. Which way we want it to go, that way, or it doesn't really matter. It's going to go that way. So there's our road curve. And we're going to use that to drive geometry across in that direction and warp it. We're going to go to Ian's and unassigned, because I just happen to know where my road is that I like, and old road 2. Just like this one. It is important, I don't know if I mentioned before, that your curve and your mesh object have the same origin. And ours do. They're both right there, all in the center. Cool. So then we can take this and add a modifier, generate an array, fit to curve, grab our curve. And we're going to change it from 1 to 1. And actually, I think we've learned from experience 0.8 tends to work well for this road. And that will give us geometry as long as the curve. And then add modifier, deform, curve. What, to keep their origins the same? Is that what you forget, Michael? I often forget that too. Okay. Deform axis of Y. And we've lined up, but oh no, it's sideways. Yeah, we've dealt with this before too. It goes to the direction of the normal, and by default, then a curved normal sticks straight up. So we just come edit, grab them all, item, and tilt it 90. And voila, we have a road. I'll move this out of the way. And now we can even do some fun stuff here if we want to. Let's go to our curve, just solo it, edit it, and we can see we have a couple of points on it. We can grab those points and set its radius to slightly different. We'll go to 1.2 there and 0.8 there. Yeah. And that makes the road slightly wider and then slightly narrower, which will just give us a bit of, yeah, no, I feel ya. I forget that more than I like to admit as well. Okay, and take a look, we have a road. And it does look kind of repetitious right now, but we can push that a little bit with some other stuff later. And I think it'll be fine. Let's go back into our curve. Maybe push the sizes even just a little more. Let's see, I went down, but go up, yeah. And this one, get to the center one. Radius, shrink that down. We got 2, I see. Radius, shrink that down. There we go. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we have a road. Now, let's just subdivide this sucker here. Tab, the ground, subdivide. Go to 2 meter squares and go 50. Sure, seems fine. 3, actually go 1. And we're just going to see. grab along our road. Cool. And add a vertex group, detail, which is the name by default that our terrain generator ignores. And I think I want to keep it mostly flat. Actually, it doesn't even probably need to be this big, but I don't think I'm going to really do much of anything because it's going to kind of be on a flat plane. Maybe we will just a little bit. Oh, make a bit of a hill here and here, just kind of cuz. And then append terrain generator. I mean, I do this like every time now, so it's really not complicated. Add a modifier, geometry nodes, terrain base. Oh, and Control A, rotation scale. Did I not do my detail? Did I not assign it? Did I create it and not assign it? I think that's what I did. Tab. Let's double check and see. Select. No, yep, I didn't assign it. Oh well, do it again. Probably noticed that, right? Everyone's like, Seth, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. And assign. Come back out. There we go. Our road here is flat, and around it we have other stuff. Cool. File, save as. I'm kind of jumping fast because I want to make sure we get to the interesting part, and I don't want to go forever over today if I can avoid it for you guys. 15. Okay. So we are saved. Now, I want to go. I want to build a wall. I think we might want to build a wall. We can have that follow our curve too, which will be fun. So again, making sure that our origin is still at the same place. Shift A, mesh, cube. And I don't remember which way it is, but we'll fix it either way. Let's go to 4. So that is an 8-meter long cube, which is actually kind of long. Maybe we'll just take it to 5, just to keep it. And these are going to be 1. No, change it even more. And Z, 4 meters, 5 meters, go 4 meters. And so it's a foot thick concrete wall. Tab 2, Control R, add an edge loop there. Let's just make sure, rotation scale tab 2, GY, no, turn off proportional. Bring that out like that. Yeah. And bevel that. And Alt-E along normals in just ever so slightly. Give us that kind of a loop thing. And each one of these would be a solid piece right now. If we want it to curve, we need to give it some geometry to curve on. That should be okay. and Q and bevel. That's a very simple wall, but let's see if it works for what we need. Again, come back here to our modifiers and add a array. Put it above these. Yeah. Fit curve, Bez curve. Cool. So I lined that one up correctly for the right way. And then add modifier deform curve. Bez curve. And see if we can make it. No. All right, we're gonna actually have to fix it. Turn off curve. Array, edit this. A RZ 90 control A. You don't even need that. Okay, because we have to line it to the same curve, we have to do it the same way as the other one. So array, set this to 0, this to 1. There we go. Now, yeah, our wall lines up right. And we need to move it slightly because it's going right down the center, and we don't want that. So let's just make sure it's turned on so we can edit it. And if we, let's see, GX, to that side or to this side. Let's take it to this side here, to there. Seems good. You can see we get a sharp edge here where the geometry is turning past where we've really given enough subdivisions for, and that's fine. Cool. I like that. And let's even come out. Okay, GZ, we can bring it up a little bit just to make sure that we're not, there we go. And I actually think I want it a little more. All right. Does mean we lose our ends here because it's only going the same length as the curve, and we've just offset it basically. And Shift D, tab, and we can go to the other side. Give it a wall as well if we feel like it. And I'm not entirely sure that I wanted to do that, but I think it might work out for us. Okay, we'll try it. I was thinking it's either a wall or like a chain link fence we could see through it, but I kind of like the wall idea. It just feels more brutal. It seems we're going to look up to see our factory, but we can do that. I'm just kind of seeing where we're at. Okay, so let's save. Now, actually, well, yeah, sure. Join these two together. There we go. So our wall is one object now. If we need to move parts of it, we'll have to edit it, but it's not a problem. We can do that. Oh, actually, okay. Well, that's one more thing. Control C, Control V. I'm actually going to change some stuff because I realized, let's go to Bez curve of 1 and curve, we'll just do the same thing of 1. And the reason is I don't want those size adjustments that we put in for the road. There's no way to unbake the 1 without getting all of them. So let's just look at it. Radius of 1, radius of 1, 1. Which is just to make them all radius of 1. Let's see. I don't think it does though. I think I've tried this before and it didn't. Yeah, 1. And actually, it really shouldn't curve like that. Just Doesn't matter, but and 1. Okay. There we go. Now our walls aren't doing that weird shrink thing at the end. They still look like they are a little bit though. Did I miss one? One. Radius 1. Seems like it's okay. It's close enough. Okay. Now they're flat. It's just the ground is rising up to meet them. That is better. And I guess I can now tab, grab this one, and just G. Grab the center point of it, or this one. There we go. Yeah. And G. Drag it off. Since it's a separate thing now, there's no reason not to. They're not the same curve. The same on this end too. There we go. Might as well. Anyway, I want to lay in some big pipes crossing over this road. That's kind of my big idea that I had visually to play with this one. And a couple ways to do it, but I think I'm going to go and create a plane and use it as my guide. Make it big. Make it vertical. And now we can just come through and kind of edit it. Well, first off, let's rotation scale. GZ. And there we go. It's a plane, so it's fine. Actually, let's undo those. And undo history. Yes, I don't want to apply the transform. I don't want to apply the rotation, just the scale. Scale. Okay. Otherwise it's 90, it should be fine. But we'll see. 2 GZ GX. There we go. Try to keep it along the same plane. Something like that. 1, Control Shift B. And curve it like that. How do we feel about that? Definitely too high. I think this is too high. I want it more down. So it's angling up, and this yeah. No, actually undo. This is closer to that still. I think that's better. Bevel. Yeah, that's better. Get our curve like there. Okay. I'm gonna line it up like this. So it's something like that. That's still too high. I think this is still too high. An angle, but not a huge angle. Might even scale it down a little bit so our curve fits better. Something like that. There. Okay. Something like that. I think we can work with. And now we have our guideline for it. If we just come over here, grab those, and curve extract. We can even just make it a pipe if we want to. We can hide this for right now, just to see. And I like it. but I'm not sure I like that pipe yet. I think it needs to be thicker, honestly. Geometry, no, here, geometry, there we go. Depth of 2. And resolution, let's go to 8. I want them rounder. And we definitely want this longer. I'll go to here. And flattening out is actually kind of cool too. Let's see. Is it still? I'm still not sure it's wide enough. Let's go 4. 4 is nice and chunky. Maybe 2, 3. Split the difference. I like that. Okay. And then Alt D. And can we go with normal? Yes. Line it up like that. We have these 3 pipes now going up over things. And I still think they might be a little too high. Can we scale? Scale. Yeah, sure, fine. But it still needs to be I want it thicker than that still. Scale. 4, sure. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. It's just a matter of jumping back and forth, but okay. Let's see. Just the one. Alt D. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Fine. GZ -9. Go -10. And Alt D, GZ -10. There we go. Okay. We got 3 pipes now, which means we need something for them to connect into. And we'll make that a big building here. Now, how we want to do that is another interesting story, but mesh, we'll start with just a cube, see what we can get. Scale it up, rotate it, scale it a bit more, bring it over here, sure. And our pipes can certainly go into there. I mean, it's very boring looking, but they can certainly do that. Go even further. Yeah, okay. Seems alrighty. Now let's take these 3 and join them together. Single object, good deal. Now, I want to do, what time is it, 24? We're doing okay. I want to make an object Shift A, mesh, cylinder. I'm gonna try something. Yep. And S, Shift Z, bring it in a little bit. Okay. And I actually want to look at something for reference that I thought was cool. 1 second, I'll pull it up. Here we go. I like these things here. I just think they're neat. And I kind of want to try and duplicate something like that. So let's see what we can do. First thing we're going to need to do is remove the top and bottom of this thing, faces. And then one, Control R. It doesn't really matter where. There, Control Bevel. Great. And then if we go 3 to here, X faces. Cool. And then 2 EZ. Scale in slightly. And then E scale. Cool. And then EZ up on one a little bit. And they've kind of got an interesting like little whoop there. Maybe we can add that too. I just scale that in like that. And then bottom. Down. Scale it in. Something like that. Okay. Q. And solidify. Either direction. Let's take it out. Or in. Solidify. Offset of 0. There we go. Something like that's kind of neat. If we control 1, it will kind of give it a little bit of a smoothing there. Do we like that? Don't hate it. It's kind of a neat thing. I do kind of want to put that something like that nut on top too. I wasn't sure. Let's get rid of this solidifier and let's turn off that. So 2, I'm going to F. No, not both. Well, sure, doesn't even matter. Do both. And then here, this one 3, face, poke faces. Cool. 1, Q, circle. I want it to be, yeah. Maybe not. Shift S2, Shift A. We'll do it in 2 objects. Cylinder. Vertices 8. Scale it in. That far. Cool. Yeah, that works. I like it. And now let's bevel it, maybe. Yeah, I think that's good. And go ahead and apply everything. Now, I want to try something. I've never actually tried doing this before, but, you know, M, new collection to caps. Sure. Here, Q, or Shift Q. Flanges, couplings. Oh, we can just do from mesh. We don't have to do, well, collection is fine. Caps. F9. Caps only. Radius of, yes. we go. Where's the hole? Where's the, oh, I see. It's back further in even than that. Kind of interesting. Okay. Cool. We're gonna have to do it again, but that's fine. Delete. Here, RZ90. See if that does enough. Q. Caps. Okay, now that goes up. Okay, so we want to go down. I just wasn't sure which direction to go. Here, tab A, RZ180. Great. Q. Collection caps. Yeah, now it's pointing downward. Nice. Like it. And my distances are actually almost perfect, I think. Take that further out, scale it up a little bit so we can see. Interesting. I see. Well, it doesn't matter. That's good enough for me. Now we can come to this sucker. And they're not lining up exactly because of the curve, but I think it's close enough. I'm good with that. Okay. Q, convert to mesh, solo them, tab, 2. Just going to do it the easy way. F. I might as well use it as an opportunity to add a little bit of interest too. E. There we go. Yeah. So now it goes all the way in. That's kind of fun. I like those. And again, it'll look from kind of down here, which is our viewport that we want to go with. That seems cool. Now, let's do some more. This sucker. Control A, rotation, or location, scale. I can speak. 3. Inset it into there, I think. Okay. And now, yeah, we want to do this. Do it again. Shift D, P section tab here. Tab A, E, up to there. Did I say what the cutouts were in the connector part? What do you mean? Like, not sure I understand. like in story what they are, or how, or what I do with them? Okay, that'll work. And E and scale. Okay, cool. 2. Q, curve extract. Width of 3 again. Oh, I don't know. I just want to be able to see in there. I don't know what I'm going to do to it yet. If anything, I just think it's kind of cool to have, like, you can kind of see the exposed pipe in our source ref, and I thought it was neat. And then I just shrunk it just to give it a different shape. So, like, just to make, again, this visual interest. I don't know what it is story-wise at all. There's nothing to bake. Do not subscribe because there's no animation. It doesn't move. So, hide this again along with our plane. Why am I in cameras? Okay, I'm gonna take this one first. And M, new collection. I'm gonna call it pipe guides, just in case I want them back again, and I might. And this one, M pipe guides. Yeah. Okay. So now that we can do the same thing again, that's why it's cool to have them as caps, is we can do Shift Q, flanges couplings, grab caps, and it puts them all there. And I kind of like it, although I think it might be a bit big here. We can adjust the radius though. There we go. And really only getting that round shape, but I like that round shape, so that's cool. I'm not sure why it's not lined up, because it should be even offset. Let's try it again. Location 00000, yeah. 7. It's lined up right down the center, right? Yeah. I don't know why. I'm gonna tap A1GZ on these. Since I've already used it, I wouldn't want to do this before because it would change the other one, but the other ones have been applied now, so we can do that. Now, caps, there we go. But it's still offset slightly. Is there something here that's offsetting it? Shouldn't be. Because these are just going straight up. I mean, I can just fix it now. It's not that big a deal. Maybe I will just fix it. L, 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 or just A rather, yeah. And GY. Okay, and I don't know why it didn't do them purdy, but that should be fine. Certainly there at the bottom, that's fine. These top ones, I'm not sure I want at all anyway. So I'll just delete them. Oh, let's grab those two. I do not, as of right now, sell my models. This is just for me. I'm working on world building projects. I could be convinced to, certainly, but as of right now, I have not. I just like making stuff. That's kind of what it's for. What it's for, I like making shit. So, let's go. Kind of had an idea when I saw those. And what if we grab this piece here and scale it up 10 times, more than that, like that. Cool. I like that. And then Q array. Cool. 2. Maybe even 3. And we take that to this and mirror it. Sure. Yeah. Now let's take it, I think. Ooh, interesting, actually. I do like it in a little bit more, but let's go to global. Bring it up to here. Yeah, and I think I will cut it back down to 2. Yeah. Okay. And then 7. And let's see. Local. I'm going to align it. It's reasonably aligned up right, but good enough. And then here, 3D cursor. RX90. Okay, got to apply it. Apply the mirror? Sure. And Alt-D RX90. There we go. Get this interesting looking cage going up now. Okay. And I don't even mind that overlap. I think we'll do something with it. But let's join these together again. Just single objects now. Yeah, that's cool. That's working for me. Now, we haven't used Rex's stuff in a while. What we got? He has these cool columns that are oftentimes, I think, just a little bit too busy for my style, but I think this time we might like it. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay. Scale. First off, individual origins. Scale. There we go. That's better. Here, tab 2, Shift S2, tab. Object set origin 3D cursor. Object set origin geometry to origin. There we go. RY90, yes. RZ45, RZ minus 45, yes. Scale a bit more, yes. GY out to there. Cool. Do these, I can't remember if these will array right nicely. I can't remember what he did. Q array. Do they line up? Constant offset. Reasonably close. Cool. One more. I do like that as a support. I think it's neat. Let's do one more too. We'll go over the top. Cool. And then again to our center object here, and Alt-X, mirror this way, and Alt-X, mirror this way. And we should have these big honking industrial ass things going up our building. And I like it. I'm going to just apply modifiers. They're vastly over polyed for what we want, probably, but you know, whatever. We'll go with it. We can afford it right now. Okay. And they do make cool looking supports, I think. So now, if we come to here, Shift S2, go back to our center again. And if we just take that object, actually, since it's already there, and GZ and bring it up. We know it's going to be the right size. That seems cool. Okay. Then we can tab 3. Oh, look, we already built that on. Cool. Fun. And we're getting kind of a big factory thing. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yeah, like a railgun. It does kind of have that vibe too. Honestly, I'm not ever going to define what it is. It's going to be a techie thing that people on this road are driving by. So I don't care. which makes it handy for me. These are annoying me though. GZ, normal, or which way does it go? GY. Down, and yeah, okay, GZ2. There we go. That's a little more. 7. There we go. Just so they look a little bit more lined up. I don't know why they're not, as I said, but you know, whatever. Cool. I mean, like, honestly, because it's off of our frame, I don't ever think we're going to look at this building straight. It's just going to be like this. We might look straight up it, but our ground at least doesn't even cover off that side. So I'm probably vastly over designing it for what we need it to be. Probably don't need half that stuff, but yeah, it's fun. So fuck it. Tab. We don't need this to be a curve, so we can just do face, poke face, 1, Q, circle. And this one we can cut down to like that. There we go. 3, E. Keep our center tube up, something to have there. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Like that. Save again. Let's start tweaking this sucker a little bit. Come to here. 2. Add some edge loops. Select them. And plate inset. Depth of 5, too much. 1. 1, yeah, maybe not enough. A little close. Let's do 2. And maybe we do need 1 subdiv. Yeah, I think we do. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's deep inside of our object anyway, so it's just going to be kind of hints of things, but I think that works. Then back in again, tab, select these bad boys, and actually, I think we take this, do the same thing we did in our, let's scale that out a little bit. There we go. And random panels, square, and do we give it a cut? Sure. Looks good. Now, ooh yeah, let's do that. Back to this guy. Shift G coplanar. That's enough. Let's get a few more. Sure. Great. Tab, Shift Q, tubes. Amount 100. Curve depth 0.005. No, bigger than that. 0.01. Yes. Cool. Extrusion 5, more, 1. Sure. Limit body, so they don't go on top of each other as much. Sure, seems good. Select them. Utility, flanges and couplings. This time we'll go with custom, and we're going to go with a heavy flange. Not caps, body only this time. Switch it up, yeah. Amount 2. Make it a little thicker. There we go. Cool. Let's see what that looks like when we come back in. Yeah, we're getting that, like, we have industrial things happening on the inside. What are they? We don't know. We don't care. That's fine. Working for me. Now, I want to increase the resolution on these also to 8. There we go. Okay. So far, so good. I don't know how much of this thing we will see, but let's come in. Panels, cut seed. Radial, walk. I actually think walk might be cool this time. Again, just to give us something a little different. Cool. And we can actually delete the original object underneath it because we did 100% coverage everywhere. So there we go. That's a tower. Woohoo! I mean, I think honestly that's pretty much all we would need for this section here. Like looking at it from down here, let's build a camera just to sort of see. And set its clip end to 200. Lens to the anamorphic, but we'll make it 35. Resolution, Panavision. So that's what we're looking at from the ground. We'd have to really like look up to the top. Something like that. That's mostly what we're going to see. Everything else is overkill. But overkill can be fun. So, and the other thing we can do if we want to is, why is all this stuff in camera? New collection, tower. Turn it off. Tower, 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 tower. Great. Tower back on. Tower. Duplicate linked. We got a new tower. Tower 1. Select objects. 7G. And we can do that. And that lets us see a little bit more up and makes it feel a little bit more infy. Actually kind of like that. That's pretty cool. And now, what else we want to play with? We could make one more. Get linked. select hierarchy. Bring it over here. Does that give us anything on that side? It does. I like it. Cool. Nice. Maybe we should materialize it and then we'll do other stuff. So let's see what we got. These are all linked theoretically, so they should have the same materials, which we want. All right. So let's just jump into our tower. Maybe we'll just do the tower first. Okay. And materials. Pipes. Definitely want metal. I'm not sure what I want to use though. We have in the way of rust. Anyway, OTP panels are just metal. So we can start, let's start off with mine and see how it feels. This is, go to it. This is just metal sheeting. Did we convert this to mesh already? I think we did, right? Yeah, we did. So tab A, U, Smart UV project. There we go. No, L. Cube project. See which one we like better. I think we actually like cube project better this time, even though it's not a cube. We do get some edges, but I don't necessarily think that's a great one though. We can try wayside metal, which is a little shinier, but not a lot. No, I like that. That looks cool for these. I think I might increase the roughness a little bit more on them, but that's not bad. But let's well, let's leave it at that for right now. This one, this is our side thing. Metal 45 was literally the basis of what I used for metal sheeting. I just added other stuff to it. So we should be able to convert that across and keep it pretty much the same, just get it more grody looking. And it is. Let's see, which one is this? I'm just going to edit. It's going to take forever because this is literally the biggest part of our object, isn't it? Yep. 3. This is. Come on. Lights. Okay, those are the yellow lights that I don't think are actually lighting up, but we'll make them light up. That looks cool. Let's come out of edit. It's just too slow. Go to yellow, add material. It should now, yeah, should now have lights up the whole side. And that's kind of neat. I don't know that we need to mess with the other ones right now. That's okay. This object here, the base. We could just keep going with like our tab A, U, cube projection. This is our UV hull with chevrons, although the orange isn't coming through for some reason, but that's fine. And we could change the hull color down more like that. Yeah, that's kind of a good one. I think I like that. Cool. All right. And we could take that same link materials to the top. It gets that weird thing on the top, but I don't even hate that. That's kind of cool. Tab A, U, cube projection. Yeah, it was. Okay. That's kind of not bad. Not bad at all. Then center tower. That's the pipes. We'll go with them and make the pipes the same as these pipes. Yeah. And these Q convert to mesh. And tab A, U, cube projection. Okay, let's just go back to our single tower again too. Okay. Now, these other tubes we could keep different from that if we wanted to. If we gave them like a worn orange, just to keep no, not that, this new worn orange. Q convert to mesh, A, U, cube projection. That's kind of all right. It might be a little dark. Let's just see what it looks like with grunge yellow. That's kind of neat. It's a little more shiny. Let's try that. This thing here, chevron. Again, tab A, U, cube projection. Dark, but I think it's okay. Cool. These things, sheeting gray. Tab A, U, smart projection first. Try that. Sure. And we'll do the same for that. And that's our tower, right? Or at least a part of it, if we wanted to. This thing, I actually like the material that it kind of has to it. We could just try distressed hull on it. See how we feel. Actually, that's better. My materials are better. Shocking. No. Okay. Come back out of there. Now we need to give this wall a concrete. Keep as 3D grime concrete. Let's see how that looks on it. I know. That's cool. The only thing I want to do is tab A. Where's my object? Just it. Right. Let's turn off array and curve in this so we can UV edit it. Line things up a little bit more. U, cube projection, scale. There we go. Now our curve lines up with our cut. These things here line up with those things there. Layout. That's better. Save. It's always fun to me how you can make something that looks like complicated, and really this thing is really simple, but it looks complicated, and that to me is cool. It's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, is the way we can cheat that. Okay, so that's how we're going to go. Now, so 3 towers. I think I'm going to move them into a single group. Upward obstructions. Okay, and new collection road. I move it into upward obstructions. Okay. Yeah. Turn them off. And those doesn't really matter because it's not thick enough to really matter, but new collection wall, just in case. And this thing, I can actually just turn off now. Okay. 107, we are doing great. This is actually lining up timing-wise almost perfectly today. Select our object. Biome scatter, open biomes. Oh, close the asset browser. Open biomes. Do I have another one too? How many windows do I have open? Yeah, okay, I had asset browser open twice. Close the asset browser. Open biomes. There we go. Jungle Forest 13. Sure. That seems to be our go-to. If we have time, I might put a platform or two in here too, but I want to make sure I get this done first. That could be kind of fun. You're still thinking, right? What are you doing? Yeah, you're still thinking. Oh, I should suddenly cut across. Okay, I need it again, but I think you might be done or near done. Near done. As I said yesterday, I really wish there was a way you could have it assign these things, but not populate them until you could turn off the stuff that's going to make it not be quite so intense. Okay, so I want this whole thing upward obstruction of upward obstruction. Come on. Yes. There we go. So you can see that's where it was. Now, trees. Interestingly, let's see. Oh, you don't actually see. You can see a little bit. This is where it doesn't allow it to go over the pipes, which I always think is just kind of neat the way it does that. You're like, oh yeah, things further up, still upward obstruction. But I think it's okay here, because since it's behind the wall. Excuse me. Like we're literally never going to see that ground. And in fact, it would make sense. This might not be what we want to do. Because really, we don't need almost any of this stuff, almost any of these places, because we're not going to look over our wall except for the tree. So let's turn it off for right now. And come here, tab, and select. That's all we got. Okay. C. We just grab to here and to here. I don't know why, but make sure we get it on the other side. I don't mind going over a little bit. And here too. And did I apply my ground? I have not yet applied my ground. Let's do that before I flatten it. That's going to change it anyway. Apply it. Okay, now edit it. Yeah, no, it's still good. Okay. Good. And assign tab. So now, what if we do a culling mask, vertex group, detail, and reverse it? And we take trees and we move them to their own thing because we don't want them just there. Group selected, new group. Okay, and trees, this one, rather, we remove upward obstruction entirely. This one, we turn on upward obstruction. And we have vertex group, and don't put it in the detail. Now let's see what that gives us. Not what I expected. This one, my vertex group, detail, and flip it. Okay, yes, so it's only near that. And oh, it did turn off those things? Weird. Upward obstruction of upward obstructions. Or at least road. That's okay. Oh, those do peek up over the top a little bit. Good. Good to know. Okay. And trees. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Let's just turn off this one. The trees are vertex group, not on detail. Yeah, good. And upward obstruction. Cool. That gives us trees. That's how we wanted them. They're good. And they're far enough out of the other one. Cool. This bad boy here. How do we feel about being that close to the road? These things. I feel like they're a little too close to the road. Or to the wall, potentially. Both. Proximity, we can do both though. Repel. From the road. This may end up being that we don't get any inside, but let's see. Of 1. Okay, and then repel 2 from the wall. And maybe they're just like too far from both of them and we don't see any anymore. Let's see. There are a couple. Well, that's fine. That's good. Now turn back on upward obstructions. There's our road. There's our wall. We got some of the things inside, which is fine because no one's looking after this space. That's kind of the vibe we're going with. The smaller plants, we can probably turn them back on again now because this is a much smaller space than it was before. Just to see what it gets. They should only be in that road area basically and not other places where we can't see them. Yeah. I mean, they go out a little bit just because I was sloppy, but that's fine. That looks good. Do we want to put a platform in? Or are we okay? You can go overkill. I don't think there's any real place to see it. We'll leave it off. We will say discretion is the better part here. And then we get to decide what kind of sky we want. Micah's not here to tell me she wants it sunny. So I'll probably make it sunny. Come on. World. HDR maker. Import. HDR images. Let's see what's in 23. Sometimes I just like to randomly find something. These are kind of overcast. There's dark. We want it to be pretty bright, I think, because we're already covering up a lot of our space. 1020 looks pretty good. It seems like the sun is kind of covered, so it'd be soft light, but it's still bright, hopefully. Let's see. And yeah. Come on. Okay, let's just turn off geoscatter for right now. Make it better, make it faster for us to see the big shapes. If it doesn't work with the buildings, it's not going to work with the trees. The reverse may not be true, but that's not bad. I like the dark here. We're getting a good dark silhouette there. Getting some bright highlights here. That's actually pretty good. Let's just try so we can say we've done it. Some other ones. 60, too bright. 120. I like it brighter the other side, but not bad. 180. More of the same. 240. All dark, too dark. 300. No, I like kind of in and around 0. Can maybe make it a bit brighter here or a bit less. Ooh, I like that shadow across there. That's cool. We got a light, dark, light, dark, light, dark coming across. That I like. I think we're probably going to want to make it a little bit brighter overall, particularly when we bring the trees. Let's say 8.5. that looks pretty bright now, but if we turn on the trees, hey, old dirty Cosmos, good to see you. Turn on the trees. Booyah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna turn off the trees, and on our trees, I'm going to actually do a, oh, I have to go into the individual one. On the actual tree, I'm gonna do a proximity repel on it too, to the upward obstructions, all of them, of like 4 meters. So we don't have trees right up against our factory building, because it looked a little weird. Let's see if this is better. It's thinking, still a lot of them. The funny thing is the buildings almost don't, they're like, pretty far away. 10 meters, let's see what it does. These are big buildings, so. Go too far, come back. Often a good idea. $10 meters might actually be better. You can't super tell from this angle, but I think it is better overall. Yeah. Now, I want to try one thing in geoscatter. I actually want to grab, it's all freestyle, man. I have no idea what I'm doing before I start. It is 100% freestyle. The only thing I knew I wanted today was a pipe that did that. It's literally it. Wing it. That's me. Let's grab our debris. Okay, I'll turn it off first. It's going to slow us down otherwise. As we can tell. Okay. By geoscatter. And we just go, there we go. Okay. Debris, dead leaves, and ground cover. Those 3, but not trees. And I'm going to copy selected systems. Now, I'm going to come up here and select our road. And I am going to paste systems. And I think I'm going to cut them down so they're not quite as thick. So it's a distribution on ground cover, 60 per square meters. Let's make that 10. Dead leaves, let's make that 5. And debris, let's make that 6. We're cutting each one in a quarter, basically. Turn it back on, geoscatter. I want to cover up the road a little bit and make it kind of integrate into the ground around it better. And having the same ground cover on the road as everywhere around should help. This is going to look a little weird now because, yeah, it's still too much. Is it ground cover that's doing this? Or debris that's angling up like that? I hate it. I think I know why it's doing it, but I hate it. No, it's not that one. Debris. You know what we're going to try? This road should not be that high poly anyway. So let's turn off geoscatter. Select our road, Q, apply the modifiers. So now it's a single object, it's no longer, and now Control A, rotation and scale. And now I bet you it looks right. Now it knows which direction up is instead of trying to make things sideways because we rotated the whole thing. Let's see if I am correct. No, still sideways, you bastard. Debris, right? Come on. Stuck in the weeds. Yeah, it's debris. Okay, the other ones are fine. They are coming up, but the debris is just a little weird. I don't think we need it. Let's just get rid of it. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. Probably want a vehicle in there, don't we? Or a person or something, but probably a vehicle would be good. Let's go grab our cyberpunk vehicles. I had fun making the caps here, these things. It was neat to be able to try something like that. I've never done custom caps for random flow before. Works great. Not that I didn't expect it to, but I think they definitely add to our scene. And again, although I've talked about before, right? But turn off to I don't mind using kit bash, but I don't want it to look like it's just somebody else's stuff. So like we used Rex's things here, and that's probably the most intense thing. That's right on the edge of what I would use because it's kind of recognizable. But we rotated it, we arrayed it, we changed its materials, and we attached it around other stuff. So I feel like it fits into my world more than me just cramming Rex's stuff into my thing. I think that one of the most damaging things to concept art in the last 5 years has been Quixel Megascans. I kind of hate it. Not for production work, it's fine for that, but for concept art, I think it and the things like it are hurting us a lot. Honestly, as much as I love them, same with the big, medium, small kits from JAMA. Like people are using them and they're making cool scenes, but they're not making good concept art. I mean, and I use them all the time, but I really try to use them with intent instead of just, oh, look, here's some stuff. See, I'm a concept artist. Come on. Taking a while to load this one up. Looks like we're almost there. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what do we want to use? I feel like I use my truck. Ooh, let's use this thing. I think this would be fun. The dump truck. Select objects. I think I don't really have I've used it in a cool shot yet. Control V. New collection, truck. 7G R global median point. Which way we want to go? Coming towards us seems cool. Even a little closer. Camera's there. I'll line up to like here. Yeah. A little more. Oh, it's not local. Fine. And off to the side a little bit like that. Yeah. No. Kind of find where we want to be. That feels good. Cool. Save. Let's focus our camera on, we got two choices, the dump truck or these pipes. It depends on which. There is not a wrong answer. You may not notice much of a difference anyway. Focus on the pipes, then the truck is moving towards us and it might feel like it has a bit more motion to it. Cool. No, I think that'll work. Let's bring back in, save, geoscatter. I think the truck might actually be a little too close. I think it's confusing things slightly, which is the kind of stuff you find when you try it. Bring the trees back. Yeah. Yeah, and that truck is too big. But I think I like it as a space, but let's just push it back into the scene. Just so we have a sense of somebody's using this space, but it doesn't have to be in your face. Let's turn off geoscatter again. And 7. And what if we take it and grab select objects and G to like here? Yeah, that'll be fine. And maybe this is one of the few cases where I'm like, I don't care if you use kit bash too much, is for people, because unless you have a particular character in mind or thing, like I've made some, but industrial characters posed. I want to grab this guy walking and bring him here. Just so we get a sense how big this wall is, because it feels like we're not right now. That's better. And then the other thing is, if you don't want someone to focus on your character, have him facing away from you. No need for this guy to be walking towards us. He can be walking away from us, but now you don't see his face. And that's better. And I think we are good. I'm just going to grab our truck one more time. Not our guy. Oh, he's in truck. Come here. New collection, people, which is kind of overkill for one guy right at the very end, but whatever. Truck, select objects, GX. Let's bring it slightly to there. There we go. And I did focus on the pipe already. We can close this and turn back on geoscatter. Make sure our dude isn't in a tree or some shit like that. Now he looks good. Let's just bring him GX in just a little bit there. Cool. And because I'm nerdy, now he's still touching the ground just fine. Cool. Alrighty, folks. I think that's our scene. We can look at it with thing on. It won't be exactly right yet, but we're close. Yeah. Well, what I find for me, artistically speaking, if you have a person looking away from you into the scene, you essentially become that person almost in a POV sort of shot. If you have a person coming towards you, then it is the object of the story instead of the subject of the story. So right now, this guy is our subject. He's walking here. He's our hero, but the audience identifies with him. If he's coming towards us, he might still be the hero of the story, but we see him as the object of the picture, not the subject. If that makes sense. It's a little bit obviously not, like that's a simplification. Graphics and visuals and writing don't always work the same way, but yeah, that looks good. I think we're in good shape. Um, I might do one more thing and put an air vehicle back here, but I think if I do, I'll do it after. I'll let you guys go, just because I'm gonna have to load up the file and everything else too. Um, and I also like that he's orange in a world of green. So like he does stand out. He's like, oh, there's somebody there. But then you kind of look in around at everything else too. I think we are good. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me today. I will be back again tomorrow. We will do another scene. I don't know what it will be yet, but we'll make something. It'll be cool. Have a great day, everybody. Yeah, make some cool stuff or do some cool things, whatever it takes.